We gladly invite you to watch English news on the Central Television channel of Đồng Province. At the invitation of Chinese Premier Li Qiang, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính will lead a high-ranking Vietnamese delegation to attend the 8th Greater Mekong Sub-Region Summit, GMS8, from November 5th to the 8th, 2024. On this occasion, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính will also attend the 10th Ayeyarwady Chao Phraya Mekong Economic Cooperation Strategy Summit, the 11th Cambodia-Laos-Myanmar-Vietnam Cooperation Summit, and work in China. The Greater Mekong Sub-Region GMS Economic Cooperation Program was initiated in 1992 with members including Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Thailand, and China, with 2 representative provinces of Yunnan and Guangxi. The long-term goal of GMS is to promote and facilitate mutual beneficial economic development cooperation among members, rapidly turning the Greater Mekong Sub-Region into a fast-growing and prosperous region in Southeast Asia. Joint Stock Commercial Bank for Investment and Development of Vietnam BIDV has just announced its financial report for the 3rd quarter of 2024. Accordingly, the total consolidated assets of this bank at the end of September this year reached more than 2.57 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of 12% compared to the beginning of the year. With this figure, for the first time in the Vietnamese banking system, a bank has total assets exceeding 100 billion USD. BIDV is also the bank with the largest total assets. In the total asset structure of this bank, BIDV's outstanding loans to customers by the end of September reached more than 1.95 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of nearly 10% compared to the beginning of the year. In terms of mobilization, BIDV also had customer deposits of more than 1.87 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of 10% compared to the beginning of the year. The Long Thanh International Airport project, a national key project, is accelerating construction to be able to operate the first commercial flight in September 2026. To promote the airport's efficiency, many connecting traffic infrastructure projects are also being focused on accelerating progress. As for Đồng Electricity, the project to supply electricity to the airport is also identified as key, an urgent project that the unit is focusing on accelerating to bring the project to the finish line ahead of schedule. Long Thanh Power Company has subted and energized 26 distribution transformer stations with total capacity of 17,995 kVA to supply electricity for the construction units of Long Thanh Airport. The average electricity output for the activities of the Long Thanh Airport construction site is over 630,300 kWh per month, corresponding to an average consumption of over 20,300 kWh per day. And to provide a stable and continuous power source, Đồng Power Company has started the project Long Thanh Airport 110 kV station and connecting line. The project has a total investment of nearly 120 billion Vietnam dong. Up to now, the transformer station has completed about 70% of the work volume. In parallel with the substation, the connecting line section consisting of 2 circuits with a total length of 3.8 km is also being deployed synchronously. The starting point is connected from about pillar 9 to 10 of the existing 110 kV Pinh Sơn Gò Dầu line to the station gate pillar. Currently, the construction of 20 foundation pillars has completed about 70% of the work volume. Specifically, the site has been received foundation cast, grounding drilled at 20 over 20 locations, towers erected at 7 over 20 pillars, and columns erected at 8 over 20 locations have been completed. Identifying this as one of the urgent key projects of the industry, Đồng Electricity has increased inspection and supervision of construction. With the current progress on the construction site, the possibility of completing a substance and putting the project into operation at the end of November is realistic. Phase 2 implementation terms approved for investment in July 2024 expected to be deployed and accepted for operation in the first quarter of 2025. With the completion of the Long-Tan Airport 110 kV station and connection line project phase 2, the power supply to Long-Tan Airport will be ensured to be safe, continuous and of high quality as soon as the airport comes into operation. November the 5th is the U.S. presidential election day. Security for this event is a matter of great concern to authorities, especially after the riots on Capitol Hill 4 years ago. Authorities in the U.S. capital Washington, D.C. have erected fences around the Capitol and many other buildings since November 4th to ensure security for the presidential election day. Government buildings, including the Capitol, the Treasury Department, the White House, and others, have been fenced off to guard against election-related violence. The Capitol is surrounded by fencing with signs reading, "Police line do not cross." Authorities have also installed fencing around Howard University, the alma mater of Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris, and the site of her election monitoring event. Streets around the school have been closed since last night. Security is tight, although police have not reported any threats and have said there is no need to be alarmed. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock visited Ukraine on November 5th, where she said Berlin was committed to continuing to support Kiev. The statement was made as Germany worries that U.S. support for Ukraine will decline after the election. Germany will support Ukraine as long as it needs to pursue its path to peace, Baerbock said in a statement. Ukraine is facing its third winter of conflict with Russia and needs support to ensure its survival, Baerbock said. Germany recently increased emergency energy aid to Ukraine by 170 million euros, 185 million USD, to help the country deal with bombed power plants and power lines, Baerbock said. During the visit, the German Foreign Ministers plan to meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha in Kiev. Germany has emerged as a top European military donor to Ukraine and has closely coordinated its support with the United States. However, if Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump wins the upcoming election, that coordination could be shaken, as Trump has criticized the level of U.S. support for Kiev. You have just watched the English news on the Essential Television channel of Domnai Province. Thank you for joining us and goodbye.